there, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller. Welcome to our Make Money Monday. We are live every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. And today we're talking about how to, ironically, because we were here on social media, spend less time on social media and still sell more. Okay, how good does that sound, right? Less time on social, more sales. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like so many of us have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with social media. In fact, lately, and maybe this is just timely, we have an election tomorrow, but lately I'm hearing from so many that are in our business saying, if it wasn't for my business, I would not even be here. So I don't know if that resonates with you or not. You may love social media, but regardless, I think most of us are pretty well aware that maybe we spend a little bit too much time here. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about some strategies that you can put in place in your business to still have strong sales, still have a great presence and personal brand on social, but not be on 24/7 constantly on social. Like, I'm all about consistency, but we don't need to be constantly on. Can I get like an amen to that, right? So excited you're here. As you're popping in, say hello. Let me know your direct sales company. Let me know who's in the house. Let me know where you are joining us from. I'm going to make sure we are hooked up in all the places. We are live over on LinkedIn. We're live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube and hanging out over on Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and click share this from the business page over to our Modern Direct Seller Tribe group, your spot to grow your direct sales biz, free training every week, popping in there every day, popping into that group. And then also into our Modern Direct Seller Academy for our incredible Academy members. I have to say, before we get started, we have a really, really awesome workshop coming up next week. I am putting the finishing touches on it right now, and I can't wait. I can't wait for you guys to see it. It is happening next Wednesday, November 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, and it's all about building your brand, your personal brand, beyond social media. So I'm touching on a couple strategies here today, but we are deep diving into it next week. It's going to truly be more of a hands-on workshop. So I know sometimes I'll do workshops and you come and you listen to me and you take away lots of ideas. I'm going to put you to work a little bit, but in the best of ways. We're going to get super, super clear on that audience, that personal brand that you're building, those things that differentiate you from the rest, as well as some of those products that you absolutely love and how to position them as you're talking to your customers. So just really, really excited for you to walk away from that workshop with some actionable, tangible strategies. So if you're not yet signed up, please go save your seat over at moderndirectseller.com/workshop. I think last time I checked, we had a few hundred signed up. I mean, my goal is to have at least a few thousand there. So come hang out with us. It's going to be a ton of fun. I really want you to fit this into your holiday schedule. And I know this time of the year is busier than ever, but if you can prioritize this, I guarantee it is going to set you up for success through the end of the year as well as into 2025. So really excited for that. I see Christy on. Hey, happy Monday, Christy. Glad you're here. If you guys are just popping in, let us know. I see over on Instagram, we got Evelyn with Jafra. We got, I don't know your name. I can't, maybe it's Nancy. I think it's Nancy, Washington, Keller Street. We got Leela Rowe in Seattle. Look at that. Yay. We got more on Instagram today than Facebook. You guys are all showing up. Really excited for this topic because I think so many of us are like, how do we get all the things done, especially this time of the year, without just spinning our wheels and falling into maybe a little bit of a scroll hole on social media? So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So let's get right to it. A couple of things to really help you spend less time on social media and sell more. Number one, if you are not batch scheduling your content ahead of time, you're spending too much time on social media. So what that means is being really intentional about what you're going to share on social and having that planned out in advance. Now, pretty much any social tool that you're on now has a built-in scheduling feature. So you can go ahead and natively pop into that platform, schedule things out in advance. And so it's working for you while you're out working, doing other things throughout the week. I prefer ThintShare. That is my most favorite scheduling tool, all of my content. And at this point, like, I don't even know, 5, 7, 10 years of content lives in ThinShare. So not only is it a great place for me to schedule to multiple platforms at the same time, it is a fantastic place for me to go to a content bank and really repurpose that content that I've scheduled. So scheduling out your content ahead of time is going to save you a ton of time. It's also going to allow your mind to be in that content creation mode. So you're sitting down, you're thinking about content creation, you're batching it out. Maybe you create a week of content at a time. Maybe some of you are creating a month at a time. I know some of you are using our social selling action plan inside the academy and getting way ahead on the month's content. But the beauty of that is you're not waking up every day thinking, what am I going to post? And we've all been there. And then when you think, what am I going to post? What do? You hop on social and you start scrolling and you're like, what is everyone else posting? What could I post that they posted? And before you know it, you've wasted an hour of your day. And so I won't make you admit to it in the comments, but I know a few of you are feeling me on that batching your content out, whether you're using a scheduling tool like ThinShare or just natively scheduling on the platform, is going to save you time and also allow for you to not be spending hours and hours and hours just kind of fiddling around every morning on social thinking about what to post. Okay, the next one is to really guard your time. We know that being here on social media is to be social, right? We need to engage with people. We need to connect with people. We're doing our business oftentimes in the DMs. We're exchanging messages. And while that is important, sometimes we can find ourselves doing that all day long. And if you're finding yourself doing that all day long, then we got to create some boundaries, right? It's important for you to guard your time. Your time is so, so valuable, and social media will happily suck it up. Here's some interesting things to think about, right? The more time you spend on social media, the more they can serve up ads to you, right? So there's actual data out there showing that they want you to stay on these platforms for as long as possible because that is more people that they can advertise to. That's like kind of the harsh reality of why we get to hang out on social media for free, right? So it funds the advertising, it fills the algorithm. There's people to serve up ads to. So we have to guard our time and not just fall into these scroll holes where half of our day is sucked away scrolling and looking for inspiration. I know that's an easy one to be like, I'm looking for ideas, so I'm just going to binge reels for an hour, right? But guard your time. When you're here on social, make sure you're engaging, not just scrolling. If you need to give yourself 10 minutes to get inspired and you need to do a little scrolling, set a timer. After 10 minutes, call it quits. If you're here, you're in the DMs, connecting with people one-on-one or engaging in the comments, writing thoughtful things to people. It's not just for scrolling. It's business. We're here, we're commenting, we're engaging. We're not here just scrolling. So make sure you're really guarded with your time. Even if you have to go and set a timer to do that, I highly recommend that. If you see something that is inspiring to you, you can always bookmark it. You can always screenshot it. You can always save the link in a folder to refer back to. But that might help you get organized so you don't feel like you constantly just need to scroll for inspiration. And then when you are sending out direct messages, here's another one that I hear all the time. How many of us feel inclined to respond to a message within seconds, right? Like, oh, ding, we heard something come through. I gotta hop over here, respond back real quick. Spoiler alert, you don't have to do that. You really don't have to do that. People do not expect an instantaneous response. So I know often, especially if you have your notifications on, it is prompting you to go back to social media and respond. Go back to that DM and respond. Go back to those messages and respond. But you don't actually have to do that. You really don't. People know that you have a life outside of social media. So if you want to carve out a couple of times a day to be responding to messages, that's a great strategy. I do that. I oftentimes leave things unread to make sure that I don't forget, and I'll come back and I will batch out all of my responses. If you're an Academy VIP, you know I did that on Friday afternoon because I was like, ding, 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 back here responding to everyone and a whole bunch of those things, right? I'm like, I got to get everyone responded to before the weekend. But I used an hour to do that at the end of the week instead of responding all day, every day to all the things coming in. Jackie, I'm with you. All my notifications are off, right? I learned that a long time ago. Turn those notifications off and be intentional about when you're going to check those messages. Shout out to Kimberly Polito because she shared this idea with us in Academy VIP not that long ago, and I thought it was brilliant. We know that our customer care, our follow up, a lot of the work that we're doing is in the DMs. So, one strategy she shared was in the morning, she shoots off all of those messages and then waits and gets her work done, her dedicated, like high thinking brain power work. And then when she has a break in the afternoon to go back and respond to those messages. So I know oftentimes we want to get into a dialogue or a conversation and have a long back and forth with people on social. And that could keep you from doing all the other things that you actually need to be doing in your business. So being intentional about when you're sending those messages and when you're responding to those messages, and you'll have to figure out what works for you and your schedule. That's really going to help you out. The other thing that I would say is to leverage other systems outside of social media, right? This is something that we're going to talk about in the workshop next week. But I know for many of us, we're reliant on social media. And that's something to think about is what percent of your business is reliant on social media? Like if poof be gone, social media left tomorrow, how much of your business would be left, right? So think about what that number is. If it's over 50% of your business or higher, I would think about diversifying where you're showing up and how you're connecting with your customers. So a couple of strategies for that is leveraging systems outside of social media. So some of my favorite ways to communicate with people are via text or via email, right? So think about if you have a text marketing system set up, like Project Broadcast, if you have an email marketing system set up. I love ConvertKit has a free plan. They're now called Kit. They've rebranded. They have a free plan. And then, of course, we have our Oh My Hi website and all-in-one email marketing and CRM that's launching in just a couple weeks. That's another great tool that you can have outside of social media. So you're not reliant on just being on social and just sending messages. You have to have another way to communicate with your customers beyond here on social because there's social media outages, there's accounts that get hacked, there's changes to the platform. Like we could list all of the risks involved with only having your business being done on social media. It's really important to diversify and have other ways to connect with people. So with that said, those are some quick tips for you this morning. That was a lot in a short period of time. But let's focus on being intentional around spending less time on social media, even if it's a little bit of a challenge between now and the end of the year. It's the holiday season. And still maintain your sales or even sell more by leveraging systems outside of social media and then being really intentional about when you're showing up here on social and how you're showing up and the activities that you're engaging in. It 100% should be leaving comments, being in the DMs, connecting with people, and not just falling into that scroll hole. So with that said, I'll mention it here at the end as well. If you haven't already, make sure you save your seat for our workshop happening next Wednesday, November 13th. Build your personal brand beyond social media. We're going to dive into all the things. I'm going to put you to work. You're going to leave with an action plan. You can save your seat at moderndirectseller.com/workshop. And if you are thinking about Oh My Hi, yeah, Christy said the Oh My Hi CRM setup. We're loving it too. We have some of you that have early access that have gotten in there but migrated from an older plan. If you are loving that or want to consider that as an option, make sure you join the wait list over at ohmyhi.com because we had some early bird bonuses and specials that are going to drop as early as next Friday before we even get to the workshop for those on the early bird list. So you could get in on that over at ohmyhi.com. All right, with that said, happy Monday. I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you back here next Monday for another Make Money Monday. All right, take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.